Ricky Pearsall got his first full practice in today. What have you seen from him? What's it like throwing to the rookie?
Yeah, glad to have him back. I think you can kind of see he's explosive. He's quick in and out of his breaks. He's a really good route runner. He's definitely going to help us in that sense. And I think the more reps he can get, the more time he can spend out there practicing, the better he's going to get.
What's this camp been like for you, having been here a full year and going through, the playbook once?
Yeah.
Do you feel just a lot more comfortable in running the system?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone knows Kyle's offense is difficult at times to kind of get down to kind of be really comfortable in, and it comes with reps and studying and all that. And so I think having that whole year last year to be in it and then come back again this year with the same system has been good, and definitely more comfortable, mainly in terms of verbiage. I've been able to call the plays a lot easier, visualize in my head, and so I definitely think last year helped.
The keys for a quarterback to succeed in this system?
We're really big on playing with our feet, knowing where to go on what hitch and the timing of routes and seeing the defense and knowing and throwing to holes really. And so I think if you can play with your feet and be really dialed into, here's my first hitch, here's my second hitch, here's my check down, what defense are they in, what do I anticipate being open, I think you can succeed in this offense.
Can you kind of just describe your relationship with Brock Purdy and just how you help him with your years in the league?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, Brock's awesome, obviously, and the way he played last year kind of shows that, and he can make all the throws, he can make all the plays. I think what I do bring into the QB room is like you said, kind of just the years in the league and just the amount of defenses I've seen, the amount of, just kind of reps where, I've seen this coverage play out a certain way, just little tips here and there where if you know the coverage, but if you see him kind of playing it this way, you can anticipate he's going to undercut this route, or you can anticipate this is going to be open, that sort of thing. And so I do think just kind of the years in the league, the experience that I've accrued has kind of been helpful for him.
Were you able to pick up like any defensive keys? Like maybe some defenses started playing them a certain way?
Yeah, I think it's different week to week, obviously, with just, the style of defense you're going against week to week, the different types of players. Some corners may be more aggressive than others. Some linebackers might get a lot of depth on their drops. Some might not as much. Some bite harder on the fake. So I think it really depends week to week.
Growth have you seen? You mentioned getting the reps. Obviously, last year at this time, you weren't getting nearly as many as you are this camp. How much growth have you seen in yourself, just in terms of being comfortable in the system?
Yeah, I do think a lot more reps this year has helped. Just being able to physically run the plays myself, as opposed to sitting and watching and trying to take the mental rep from last year. I do think getting in and getting more reps of actually running the plays has helped me a lot.
Competition's a part of this league, and they brought Josh Dobbs in, and his experience was almost the polar opposite of yours. He starts with Cleveland, then he goes to Arizona, and then he goes to Minnesota. He starts in both those places. Can you imagine 3 systems in a year? And what's your observations of Josh to get to know him?
No, it's not easy to do, and obviously he did pretty well, being thrown in some tough situations like he did last year. And I've kind of known Josh for a while now, but obviously first observation, he's really smart. He's really picked up the offense pretty quickly, being here, in the short amount of time that he has, and you can see he's dialed into what he's trying to do on the field. He knows the reads. He's seen a lot of defenses, so he's experienced. He's smart, accurate with the football, and that's kind of everything you want to see.
What gives him a chance to be successful?
Yeah, Tanner's got a incredible arm, and his talent, his arm talents, I put it probably close to the top. He's he can spin the football. You can tell he's really put the work in the film room, trying to learn the offense, get the verbiage down, call the plays. It's a lot for him. Come from college and in a system, purely in the gun, I think, in college for him. So calling a play in the huddle was different for him, but I think he's done the work in the film room, and you can see the arm talent that he has. Just when he lets go of the football, it comes off pretty well.
Play where there was a player, Brian Greasy, was following him and chased him around the outside earlier in practice. What was going on there?
That's our conditioning. Yeah, we don't call a lot of QB draws. So anytime we give a handoff in the when we're with the running backs and we carry out a boot fake, he'll chase us down just so we get some conditioning in.
Brian Greasy Greasy. Does that bring a little more fun and like interaction in the room?
Yeah, you don't love when he's chasing you down and he's making you run to the sideline, but he does bring the energy every day in practice. And I think as quarterbacks, we kind of feed off that. When you can get a feeling when coaches, are tired. It's been, it's the third day of practice in a row, but you really never feel that with Greasy. He's always got energy. He's always, getting us hyped up before practice to get us ready to go. And it starts with that, getting us to run and get going.
You signed that fairly quickly here. Did you, not that they're promising you anything, but did you have at least some confidence or feeling that you'd have, be able to compete for a backup job this year?
I'd hope so, part of signing back as quick as I did, I wanted an opportunity to have a chance at the two, knowing full well they, could bring someone in and have me compete for it. And, I think me and Josh have had a pretty good competition going so far. And, I think we push each other every day on the practice field. And, really as a QB group as a whole, we're out there all to make each other better. Includes Brock, includes Tanner. We're all pushing to make the right play, make the right throw. And, there's no animosity towards each other at all. Like, we want to see everyone succeed and make everyone around us better.
All good? Thanks, Brandon.
Yep, thanks.
You to think that this was the right spot for you to sign as a free agent?
So I've had a lot of respect, obviously, for Kyle and the organization, and then obviously playing for the Cardinals last year and playing against San Francisco. And I think Brock had like a perfect game. I think he had one incompletion. So when the opportunity presented itself to be a part of obviously what's been going on here, what's been built here over the last several seasons, but also being an offense and a scheme and learn from the guy that really created it within the NFL, I jumped at that opportunity.
Last year, like for you, just the whirlwind that it was going from team to team. How was that? How did that go for you? What was that?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think crazy is the simplest term to define it. It seemed like every time, you kind of got settled, it was like, okay, like, let's go learn a new offense, learn new teammates, learn a new city, and try to get reacclimated to go out and play good football. So it was definitely a crazy experience, but I enjoyed every aspect of it. Like, I enjoyed the opportunity to go out, compete, put my best foot forward every single week, and get that opportunity to lead from the front. And so I enjoyed the experience, but ideally don't want to go through another crazy season such as that. But, I take it one day at a time and embrace each opportunity that I'm given and go out and make the most of them.
Did it make you better in terms of
1,000%.
the Cleveland system and the Arizona and Minnesota and the 49ers and
Yeah.
similarities and pick things out?
Definitely. I mean, there's always similarities, right? Like, it is football at the end of the day. And a lot of teams, especially those teams, are running a similar-esque system to what's going on here. I would say, like, maybe a derivative of this, but they're all also different. They all obviously have different personnel and different ways to attack the field. So to your initial question, did it make me better? 100%. Because first off, you got a chance to go out and, start and play with the ones. That's something I've been looking forward to throughout my entire career. Getting those real life game reps, man, they're invaluable. And then second, from a perspective standpoint, yes, being able to be around different coaches that obviously have had a lot of success as head coaches and as OCs in the NFL was really cool and very unique to get the perspective of these offense to continue to add different tools to my tool belt as I go out there and try to compete whenever I get my opportunity on the field.
Watching the Super Bowl and seeing Juwan Jennings and
Yeah.
some of those plays, did that bring back some memories?
It did. I was so excited for him, man. I think I literally tweeted. I was like, Juwan's about to be Super Bowl MVP. When everyone thought, obviously, the Niners here were going to win last year's team. So I was so excited for him. I know a couple plays, right there, right? And it's just the difference between wins and losses in the NFL, especially on the Super Bowl in that stage. But I was so excited to see him go out and really, be Juwan Jennings on the biggest stage of football. I remember when I was at Tennessee, he came in and he was a quarterback. He was like my little brother. Like, we were doing squats together and everything. And so to see his maturation from coming in as a quarterback to playing as a freshman in college at receiver to going 5 years at Tennessee, man, and coming here and earning every opportunity he's gotten, going out excelling to get on the biggest stage and do what he does, man. It's been great to see his growth throughout his football career. I know he's just scratching the surface of the player he can be.
Are you responsible for having him go for?
Am I responsible? So I was going to my junior year. He was a freshman. So I mean, he had some time if he was going to play quarterback either way, but it was a great opportunity for him to get on the field and make an impact, and he jumped at that opportunity as he jumps at any opportunity, as you guys know. So I wouldn't say I was responsible. I think it might have been something that was going to happen either way when he got to Tennessee, but he's made the most of it for sure.
That play where he threw the touchdown to you.
Yeah.
When you're watching the Super Bowl, it was obviously, I think, very reminiscent. Obviously, that went to running back, but you were the
Of course.
QB. But how many similarities did you see?
I saw him everywhere. Obviously, Tennessee media jumped at every single replay that they could make. And then I actually texted him, I think, a couple weeks after the game because he was in Dallas and we were about to work out together. I was like, so did they ask you about your play from Florida? Like when you threw the touchdown to me? So he said they didn't ask him about it, but I'm sure they got it from somewhere knowing he could make that throw across the field. But it was cool to see, he threw it for him to, throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Not many guys can say that, let alone not playing quarterback. So pretty cool memory from him.
Game against Arizona last year, talking about Brock on the other side. That was actually on the anniversary of the Hail Mary to Jawan.
It was, yes. I remember after the game, I think Jawan was out that game, but we got a picture because we had to get a picture to signify the anniversary. So yeah, I remember that for sure.
Brandon Allen was just in here talking about how everything is tied to the quarterback's feet in this system. Is that emphasized here more than the other stops that you've played at?
Yeah, I would say it definitely is the biggest point of emphasis in our QB room. And it is emphasized a little bit more than other places. And it shows just with the efficiency, how efficient the offense has been over the last several years, right? Like when you have a quarterback in there that's very good with his footwork, his reads, his decision making, it's decisive, and gets the ball to the best weapons in the league. It shows how successful this offense can be and continues to be. So it is a big point of emphasis. And so us as a room collectively, I know I just got here and Brock's been here for going to his third year now. Brandon was here last year, but Tanner, he's learning it with me too. We're all in there trying to refine our footwork, play with efficient feet, click through our reads as efficiently as possible, because we know if we get the ball out of our hands, we get the ball in our playmakers' hands, then this offense can't be stopped.
Have you gotten more comfortable throughout training camp?
1,000%. You get more comfortable with reps. That's just the nature of anything in life, right? Especially in football when you're learning a new offense and you have four offenses in your head at one time that you've learned in the last 365 days. So it's always a process. That's why I love training camp. You get a chance to come out, compete, put your best foot forward every day, but also get those reps that are invaluable to be able to grow and improve each and every day. And so the goal is, it's July 31st right now, which is crazy to put things in perspective. It's not even August yet. But the goal is, when you get out there, first preseason game, your leaps and bounds from how you feel right now, just 7 days into camp. And as you get to the second preseason game, third preseason game, the confidence, the comfort level, the efficiency with your footwork only grows, so that by September, first week, you hit the ground running, you're ready to go play the best ball you can. So each day is an opportunity to grow and get better. Each day also is filled with new installs. So you're trying to process the new install and also not make the same mistake twice from yesterday as well. But each day you get an opportunity to go out there, you improve, you grow, you get more comfortable, and then you go out and you play the best football you can in the fall.
You got hot last year. I think it was the comeback game against Atlanta. I think I remember Jawan saying something like Astronaut Dobbs did. How often do you talk to him, or did he contact you during that run when you got really hot with Minnesota, and kind of just talk about the other side of you with the space engineering and all that, and how that helps you?
Yeah, for sure. It was great to get the support from my former teammates. I got a lot of texts from a lot of guys I played with around the league, both during my time at Tennessee and some of my former teammates in the NFL. So yeah, it was really cool getting that support from former teammates, man, because in general, especially as a quarterback, right, you put your best foot forward, you never know when you're going to get your opportunity. I know that goes for a ton of guys and their stories across the league, but the goal is whenever the opportunity comes, you're ready to take advantage of it. So it's good to be able to do that, and it feels good to get the support from the guys. And so obviously you want to harness that momentum and continue to improve. Then to your second question in regards to aerospace engineering, obviously is is a passion of mine. It's a very publicized passion of mine, and I think everyone knows about the story, which I love because it's what I love to do outside of football. And I've always had a passion and affinity for aviation, aerospace, engineering, and I try to use my platform to show that, you know, you can be an NFL football player, but also if you want to be really good at something else and you have the time and work ethic, you can also do that as well. So, yeah, it's important to me, but, you know, while I'm here at camp, man, I'm focused on ball. When I'm in season, I'm focused on ball, and that's being the best quarterback it can be for our room and embracing whatever role that my spot entails. And then when I get my opportunity to go out there and play the best ball I can.
This offseason, in regards to that passion of yours, were you at Canaveral?
So I was not in Cape Canaveral. I went up to Cleveland for the Eclipse, which was very unique. My current goal in that world is I'm working on my pilot's license. So I started that actually during my time out here during OTAs, which was a lot of fun because it's beautiful. Fly out to the coast, fly out to the valley. There's a lot of airplanes in the air out here, that's for sure. I didn't notice that till I started training, but it's a great place to learn to fly. So started that, but that'll be all in the back burner, obviously, for the season. But yeah, that's what I worked on this off season. So I'll continue to pick out different things throughout my off time in order to continue to grow in that world. But while I'm here, when it's football season, man, my time and attention is all on ball.
Your hours?
Oh, where am I on my hours? I think I have 35 of the 40 you need to get your private pilot's license, and then you work to your instrument rating. You keep growing from there. So we're close. I haven't taken my check ride yet, so it's probably something I'll hold off for after the season. But maybe get some practice in, you know, go check out the mountains and stuff out here. But yeah, it's just it's very cool. It's very pretty, very peaceful. A lot going on a little bit, but there's actually a lot of crossover. You got to talk to FAA. You know, they say a call. You got to repeat it back to them very specifically. You got a lot of stuff going on. It's just like you're sitting in the pocket. You got to call out one of Coach Shanahan's plays. They get real wordy in there. So it's been good crossover between the two.
Are you trying to fly spacecraft ultimately? Or?
I like flying planes. You know, I think spacecraft, you know, they don't make them with wings anymore. So I think there's a lot of automation nowadays. You know, technology taking over, different from the '60s and stuff. Yeah, you know, I'll be like hand flying, getting up there. So no flips or anything. We don't do anything too crazy though. Yeah. Awesome. Appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm.